Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel. It is me, your girl, Goddess of Love and Truth Reacts, coming to you with another reaction video upload. If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber or viewer, welcome back. All of you guys' support is greatly and truly appreciated. If you have not subscribed to the channel as of yet, please be sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button. Click that bell notification for all so that you never miss an upload, and like the video as well. Subscribing to the channel and clicking that bell notification not only helps you to not miss an upload, but you are also helping me and my channel get in and remain in the YouTube algorithm. So all of you guys' support is greatly and truly appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't forget to leave your comments down below and share the video as well. All right, you guys. So we have a breaking news update in the P. Diddy case that's upcoming. So P. Diddy is getting ready to go to trial next month. The other day they had a hearing. I believe, was it yesterday? No, I think it was Monday. Friday or Monday, but I believe it was Monday. They had a hearing, and the prosecution is bringing out more witnesses. They just did a superseding indictment. I did a brief coverage on that, letting you guys know that the documents were out there. I believe I did upload the documents on my post. Not in the video. I think I had the documents in the video as well as put them on the post. It used to be called the community tab on YouTube, but now it's the post tab. So if you go over there to post, that's where I upload documents as well. All right. So in that hearing, P. Diddy's attorneys was trying to ask the judge for an extension, which I hope they don't get, because I felt like that they was going to do this. They kept trying to rush the prosecutor into turning over evidence and telling them they wanted a speedy trial. So they wanted, the first trial date that came available. And so the judge kept asking them, are you sure y'all going to be ready? Are y'all going to be ready? It was like so much evidence that the prosecution team turned over to them. So they did indeed turn it over. But since then, he has received like 2 superseding indictments as well, but they're still giving them the information on that. So when they go to the hearing, I think it was an arraignment hearing, when they go there, then the attorneys wants to ask for an extension. And I'm like, hell no, to the no. So the judge didn't just up and say no, but he was like, listen, I kept asking you guys and y'all said that y'all was ready. You know what I'm saying? I never thought that they would be ready. I feel like that was a tactic just for them to try to get the evidence so they can try to intimidate the witness. They had already been doing witness intimidation as well at the very beginning. So they got all of the stuff, and then now they want to say that they're not ready, but they knew they wasn't going to be ready in the first place. So the judge asked them, did they have a law to support, the things that they were saying or whatever? And they was like, yeah. So he gave them 48 hours. So they supposed to reconvene Friday, which is more than 48 hours, you know what I'm saying? But hopefully the judge does not allow them to delay the trial, because the prosecutor didn't ask for this trial to go that fast. The defense attorney did. The defense team, this is what they asked for, and they think they finna play around and play games and say that they wanted to try to rush the prosecutor and then get down to it and then, oh, we need more time. They didn't give us more time. So that's what happened on the hearing. Well, since then, this man here, Brian Steele, who represented, yes, that is Young Thug that's sitting next to him. This is the man who represented Young Thug, and he's a very good defense attorney. He did everything he could for Young Thug. He didn't want Young Thug to take the plea deal. He wanted them to go to the end, and I feel like Young Thug would have got out scot-free if he would have went ahead and went through the end. But he had been in jail for so long that he decided to go ahead and take the plea deal. Brian still was going to bat for him. You know what I'm saying? Come hell or high water, he went to bat for his client. And he was even getting into it with the judge. The judge wanted him to snitch on people. He wasn't snitching, so he even got a attempt. I mean, not an attempt. What is it called? Contempt. When you held in the contempt of court or whatever. So the judge was trying to make him go to jail or whatever. However, he took it up to the higher court, I believe to the Supreme Court, and they ended up denying it. So he ended up not having to go to jail, but he was willing to go to jail behind his client, and he was sticking up for what is right. Now, do I believe Young Thug Nim was guilty of these charges that Fonnie team and those prosecutor, I forgot their name, them two women's, do I think that they was all guilty of some of that stuff? Of all of that stuff, no. Some of the stuff, yes. All of the stuff, no. Do I think Young Thug in particular was guilty? No, I don't. Now, some of the people that were around him and that was doing things, yes, they may have did some of the stuff, but that doesn't mean that it was an organized crime. It doesn't mean that he had them doing it. Am I saying that they innocent on everything? No, but most of the thing, I think that it was a frivolous case. You know what I'm saying? Now, with the P. Diddy case, however, I don't believe that it's frivolous. I believe everything that they charging P. Diddy for, he did it and more. I believe he should have more charges that he is not being charged for. That's why I don't like the fact that this man here, Brian Steele, has filed a pro hoc visa to join P. Diddy's team. I was like, hell no. To the no. Don't do it, Brian. Because Brian is a damn good attorney. The P. Diddy attorney he got now, that Mark Agnifilio, ain't no way I would have been paying this man all this money because he don't know what he doing. He don't know if he coming or if he going. No ma'am. No ham. No sir. So, Diddy is about to come up off this bread so he can get Brian Steele on the team. And that's if the judge allow it, because the Young Thug case was handled in where? In Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. So Brian Steele is an attorney for Georgia. You have to file a pro hoc visa to be an attorney to represent someone in a court in another state that you do not practice in, which is why Tony Bugsby had to drop his case against Jay-Z and P. Diddy because he did not file the pro hoc visa. He knew he was supposed to. He didn't. He was able to practice, I believe, in the Northern District of New York, but not the Southern District, and I believe that's where the case was. So he ended up having to drop that lawsuit because he didn't follow the proper steps to file the pro hoc visa to be able to represent his clients. And there has been other cases that he had to either withdraw from, as well as and or to drop, because he filed these cases and he shouldn't have, knowing that he was not licensed to practice in the state. So here are the documents. This is the document that he filed for the pro hoc visa. I'm going to have to make it big. I know, hopefully y'all can see it, but I have to make it big because even with my glasses on, I can't see these documents on my phone. So it says the United States District Court of Southern District of New York. So yes, it was the Southern District. United States versus Sean Combs defended motion for admission of pro hoc visa. This was filed on April 15th. If y'all can see that at the top. April 15th, 2025. That was yesterday. It's early in the morning now, so I didn't get to do it last night because it kind of came in late, and I'm an early bird, so I was already asleep. It's 4 something in the morning now, so I'm giving you guys the information. It says pursuant to Rule 1.3I of the local rules of the United States Court for the Southern and Eastern District of New York, Brian Steele hereby moves this court for an order for admission to practice pro hoc vice to appear as counsel for Sean Combs' defendant in the above captioned action. I am a member in good standing of the Bar of the State of Georgia, and there are no pending disciplinary proceedings against me in any state or federal court. See attached certified of good standing Exhibit A. I have never been convicted of a felony. I have never been disbarred or denied admission or readmission by any count. I have been administratively suspended, then reinstated and censored, but then vindicated by the courts and provided the facts and circumstances surrounding those instances in the affidavit pursuant to Local Rule 1.3 Exhibit B, dated April 15, 2025. I think he's talking about what I just mentioned when that judge tried to hold him in contempt. The judge ended up getting thrown off the case, as you guys may know. I did cover that case as well. So if you go back on my videos, I was covering the young thug. Now, I wasn't covering it every day, but I was covering bits and pieces here and there. And then it says, respectfully submitted, Brian Steele, the Steele Law Firm, PC, and then it has the address in Atlanta, Georgia, and then application or applicant for pro hoc vice admission. So he's trying to get approval from the courts to be able to represent P. Diddy. We don't want that, because P. Diddy need to pay for what he did. Child, and Brian Steele is a very, very, very good attorney. So here is his sworn statement. I'm not going to read his sworn statement. It's 2 pages long. This is the beginning. United States versus Sean Combs, defendant. Motion for admission for pro hoc vice. Sworn statement of Brian Steele. So this is his statement. And this is the statement that was mentioned in the first document for the submission request that I just read to you guys. And I'm just making it bigger here and there so y'all can see it. But y'all probably have bigger phones than I do, and y'all probably can see it. And just like now, when I watch it on TV, I'll be able to see this. But when I'm recording from my phone, I can barely see these documents, even with my glasses on. And then this is the end of his statement. So he did, you see at the bottom, it says this 11th day of April. So he actually signed this document on the 11th of April, but he didn't file the admission request until yesterday on April the 15th. So yeah, P. Diddy is doing all he can. And remember, attorney Rico, that black attorney that P. Diddy had, remember, he quit. He was like, there is no way that I can continue representing this man. So he knew something was coming up before them superseding indictments came up. They're talking about bringing in Kim Porter diaries and things of that nature. P. Diddy attorneys don't want that to come in because they're saying that, she can't speak from the grave. And that's going like they're going to have the jury to be looking at his character versus looking at the incidents and everything that occurred, So they don't want anything regarding Kim Porter to be brought into the trial, but the prosecution team was like, nope, we're bringing it. So we shall see, you guys. We shall see. Do y'all think this was a boss move for P. Diddy's defense team to bring on Brian Steele? Even with them bringing on Brian Steele, that should not allow them more time, because this case it's less than a month. Today is April 16th. And I think they supposed to start jury selection on May 5th or something, I believe. I know it starts at the beginning of May, and then the trial starts actually mid-May. I don't remember the exact dates, but yeah, it's supposed to start next month. I hope there is no delays. I don't think it's a good idea for Brian Steele to join the team, especially at the last minute, because he's not going to have time to get familiar with all of the evidence, you know what I'm saying, and go through the evidence or whatever. He should have probably had Brian Steele from the beginning, from the get-go. And Brian Steele would have known better not to rush the trial, you know what I'm saying? And that's what they did. They thought they was being slick by rushing the trial and thinking that the prosecution team wasn't going to be ready. And they said, hold my beer, and gave them what they needed, and continuing to add more and more and more and more and more charges. They could even still add more charges to this day to Diddy. So, yeah. So, again, here's Brian Steele. This is when he was in trial with Young Thug. He don't play about his clients. I don't want him representing Diddy. Tell me what y'all think. Do y'all want him representing Diddy? Y'all think this was a good move for Diddy? Do y'all think the trial is going to end up getting delayed? Or do y'all think the judge is going to stick to what he said, and that they was not going to let them change the date delay the trial, because he kept asking them over and over and over and over and over. As many times they'd have been in that courtroom, he kept saying, are y'all sure? Are y'all sure? Are you sure y'all going to be ready by this day? Are you sure? And Mark Agnafilio in my Tisa Tell voice, Yana. Baby, Tisa Tells be cracking me up when she be acting like she Mark Agnafilio. She always have to, Yana. If y'all haven't checked out Tisa Tales, make sure y'all go over to her channel. Check out her channel as well. She always bringing you the latest and the greatest and the updated news in regards to P. Diddy and a whole lot of other things. And she make it comical, you know what I'm saying? So you're not just sitting up there listening to somebody read. You know, she make it funny, you know what I'm saying? And she was also in one of those documentaries regarding P. Diddy, but I think she was only on there just reading court documents. I didn't watch it because I want to wait for the trial. I want to see, the trial. I don't want these documentaries. I believe these documentaries, they should have waited for these documentaries until after the trial to put those documentaries out, but they did it beforehand. So it is what it is. But thank you guys for tuning in. I just wanted to bring y'all this update on the latest update for P. Diddy trial. And let's see what's going to happen. We're going to see if Brian Steele is going to be allowed to join the team. We're going to see if the court date is going to keep going for its projected date, or if they're going to have it delayed. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, make sure that you don't forget to click that subscribe button. Click that bell notification for all so that you never miss an upload. Like the video, share the video, and leave you guys comments down below. And as we say before we go, love, peace, and hair grease. Smooches. Bye. Have a wonderful rest of y'all day. Happy Wednesday.